A package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail, those shoot 'em ups, that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with another package in the mail from Japan. Nothing but repetitive here, but I have found a new source of things and have been very lucky in some of the things that I have found. Now, unlike the previous one, this one is not just MSX titles, although there are some MSX titles in here. I have found some titles for the Sega Megadrive and the PC Engine. So, in no particular order, we have packages inside packages here. So, and there are some very interesting titles, plus one piece of hardware, which is yet another system. Okay. So our first one is an MSX title. Pardon me. It's an MSX 2 Plus title. I have never heard of it before. I've heard of it's actually a sequel. I've heard of the first game, although I've never played that either. Sorry, we're triple wrapped here. Right, so it is a title called Famicom Parodic 2, and it's a vertical scrolling shoot 'em up, but for the MSX 2 and 2 Plus, not 2 Plus, and it looks quite interesting. When I found this, I didn't know anything about it, so I watched a quick video, and it looks quite interesting. I have no idea how much it's worth or how rare it is. I know the first one can go for well over $300 US. Now this is a disc title, so there's no guarantee that this will work, but we can give it a go. They don't look too bad. It's a dual disc game. But you know, all failing that, it has been, there is digital versions of this game that I can play normally. I will give it a try with the physical copy, but it's all complete there. A little bit dirty on the inside, but not too bad. So a very, very good find. Very happy with that one. And obviously another shoot 'em up, so very excited to play it. It's also nice to get another MSX 2 title. Okay, so sticking with MSX, I said I've got no idea what order these are going to come out. Now I did recently get a tape version of this game, but this is the Japanese release cartridge version, and it's a really, really good game, and it's none other than Oilswell. It's on a few different systems, and the MSX version plays very well. So I've got English on one spine, Japanese on the other. So I think it was the Heist and Boulder Dash are the other two I've got of these. So they come in purple cartridges. So it's another little subset. There's also a Bruce Lee version in this, but that seems to go for way too much money that I'm going to spend. And I don't even have that one in cassette form, so I'm not trying to double up on games, but it is nice to get these sets, and these are quite small and come packaged well, so no instructions, but I'm fine with that. So another very good addition, and being in cartridge form makes it more convenient to play. So next we have, and we're sticking to the MSX, good old, from Taito, Space Invaders for the MSX1. I have never played this or under emulation or anything. And looking at that, there might be a few different modes. So it's one of these ones that comes in a clip case, foam and the cartridge. It's actually a clear or semi-clear cartridge as well. That looks in good condition. Once again, no instructions. As I said, I'm picking these up from auction sites. Not doing any buy it nows or anything like that. We're just going for ones that are at a decent price. Okay, that's another one of the Disk Station titles. I've seen a few copies of this one around, so I don't think it's that rare, but it's I believe it's number 7, and it's got Firehook amongst other things. That'll be the primary thing. Firehook, Thanks to the Second Contact. So these are obviously MSX2 orientated. We seem to have everything in there though. Registration card, 2 discs. Well, I unfortunately haven't had much time to, so we're a little bit behind on doing some videos on these Disk Stations. But when I get some time, I'm going to record going through one Disk Station at a time and going through and looking at what's on them. But there seems to be a fair bit on this one. Ooh, I do like the signs of that. There's a little bit of a shoot 'em up hidden down there as well. But this one doesn't seem rare or anything like that. So there's one particular one that is the only place you can get compiles a Lest Gaiden. Now, I would love that one, but I've never even seen a copy of that for sale, let alone have no idea how much it would probably go for. Okay. And next. Okay, we're finally flipping systems. And we have a shoot 'em up for the PC Engine that I don't have. It's a CD-ROM title. I don't have a lot of the CD-ROM shoot 'em ups for the PC Engine, and it's none other than Zero Wing. I'll be interested to see what this version's like. I believe I've got it for the Mega Drive. So very nice. That looks in very good condition. And next we have another PC Engine title. Now the last time I got some PC Engine titles, I got Spriggan 2, which I'd never played, and it was quite interesting, but it had all this story mode, and it's the only time the compile team have made a horizontal scrolling shoot 'em up. Well, here is Spriggan, the first one, back to vertically scrolling shoot 'em ups, which compile team are very good at. So once again, have never played it except maybe, I think this is on the PC Engine Mini. I might have had a quick game on there. So, but very nice condition copy too. So I'm definitely going to be having some PC Engine shoot 'em up fun. I'll continue with the green packages before we switch back to sub boxes. Okay, flipping back to the MSX. This was quite cheaper from memory. Okay, triple wrapped. So it's another MSX title. I can't for the life of me remember its English name at the moment. But we have that out of there. Okay. So obviously some sort of climbing game, probably a little like Crazy Climber in some ways perhaps. It doesn't have English on the inside. Sometimes you get lucky. And there's no manual either yet, so I will figure out the title of that one when we get up to the gameplay. But there we go, another title from ASCII, and it looks quite interesting. Be a good fun little game. Right, so we're going to flip systems again. So the Megadrive Mini came with a version of the original Darius, because the original Darius, or Sega, was only released for the Master System. So, but for the Megadrive Mini, they made a version for the Mega Drive, and here it is in physical form. So this is a recent release. Nice new case. Brand new. Oh, look at that. They've done a magnificent job there. Now I am most certainly looking forward to playing this one. I really like the original Darius game. First one in the series. One of my favourite games on the Master System too, so it looks very colourful on the back. I'll be interested to see what a modern horizontal shoot 'em up written for the Mega Drive can do. So I haven't watched any gameplays, and I only borrowed a Mega Drive Mini for a short period of time. I don't actually have my own, so I've never really played it. And yes, there is more. So back to PC Engine. Now, this is a game I technically have, but this is the CD version, and it is one of my favourite shoot 'em ups ever. Lost a lot of coins to this game in the arcades back in the day, and it's not an early arcade game, it's one of the later ones. They really do a good job of wrapping and protecting these games. So, I have Raiden for the PC Engine in HuCard, but this is the CD version. So it's got, I think it's called Raiden DX, or Super Raiden. Now I believe the gameplay is pretty much identical, but it just may have like a CD soundtrack. But all the more to like Raiden, so we'll definitely be giving that a play. Okay, but there's still more. Wow, this one's extremely well packaged. So a box within the box. Okay, so this is another disc magazine. So yeah, it's Disc Station, so compiled Disc Station, but much later. So this one is actually designed to run on a PC. So it's Disc Station 98. So they kept the Disc Stations going for a very long time. This was very cheap. I think I got this for like under $10. So I've got it as sort of a curiosity. So there's potentially 3.5-inch floppies in here. Yeah, MS-DOS. So I do have a retro PC. Yeah, two. Designed not to get into. Might have never been opened. Okay, so we have 4 discs, but they're high density discs. I don't think that's ever been opened. It's absolutely, you've got that new plastic smell wafting up there. So we've obviously got various items on here. So F-15 Strike Eagle 2, Deja, Aliens, Egg and Snow Dance. I can read the English titles in there, and there might be more. So lots of interesting stuff on there. I'll have to try that. I do have a retro PC. I've never tried recording anything from a vault, but that'll be a good one to specifically do an experiment on that one. So another interesting one there. I said I'm not particularly out to collect all of the disc stations, but if I can find them, them cheap and I'm getting some other stuff, then why not? Okay, now we're switching to our first hardware item. So recently, Irish Nerd Life sent me one of the Wonder Boy games on the Sega Game Gear, but neither of my Game Gears have any life left in them, as far as they both need capacitor kits to get the screen working and the sound working. And while I was on the auction sites, I found this Game Gear, which is already, not only has it been recapped, but it's had the LCD mod. And it's in, there's not a mark on it, and worth the price I paid for it alone, and I didn't have one of these, it has the Flash Gear GG, which is the Flash SD solution for the Game Gear. We have both battery doors. Nothing in there, thank God. And it did come with a couple of extra games. They're probably going to be very Japanese orientated. I think they're the same series, and they're Game 1 and Game 2. I didn't have either of them. I'm not sure how playable they are, and I can't tell you the name of the game off the top of my head. But cool bonus items. At some stage I will, well, a little bit later in this video I'll get some batteries and we'll give that a try when we get to the demo section. But you can just see how good a condition that is in. It has virtually no scratches on it whatsoever. And I'll be really interested to see what that replacement LCD looks like. So we'll keep going. Find a spot to put that that's not going to get damaged. Right, we have two more. Yeah. Okay, still this one's locked up like Fort Knox, which is probably a good thing. Okay, we're almost there. We are in. Now, I've actually been looking for the first one of this game for the MSX one for ages. So I don't know whether this is how this came originally for the MSX2, but this is the MSX2 version of that game. I don't know whether this is a repo or the original. It looked like new stock, and it does have beep on the back, so I believe this might be a reproduction. I don't particularly care because it's done in quite good, and it wasn't very expensive. I do note that after I bought this is the only buy it now that I did, they put a second one appeared and the prices had increased quite a bit. So this is Golvelius for the MSX2 and MSX2 Plus. And a nice brand new box. It looks new. I reckon this is like a reproduction release that Beat might have done. How do I get into this packaging? That's the question. Right, so it is published by the Beep Shop. Right, so yeah, everything looks new inside. And there we go, look. From the Beep Shop. So there's a special thing in here. What have we got in here? coming out. Okay, we have a GoldVelius flag and I'd say a GoldVelius paper folding puzzle. The other thing is a folded up poster, I believe, but it's really... oh, here we go. Oh no, it's a booklet. This is the manual, perhaps. Some really nice art in there. And once again, GoldVelius was one of my favourite games for the Master System, so I'll be interested to see how this version compares. Obviously the MSX1 version is nowhere near as colourful and up to the standard of the... I won't try and put that away just yet. Up to what can be done, so we've got a couple of signatures. And here's the instructions proper, so there is a lot in here. And then another booklet. So is this a port of the Master System version, or a bit of a story there? So I'm going to have to research this, but this is the last thing I bought that came with this box, and it was just seen for that price. Yes, I definitely get that. And they're brand new floppies, 3 floppy. So we're going to have to make sure our drive is in perfect working order before this goes anywhere near it. But we will definitely be giving that one a go. Alright, and there is one more. Now that I know that it's the last box, I know exactly what it is. Doesn't look very big. Okay, so this title, I didn't even know there was a version of this game for the MSX. Because once again, it's an MSX2 title. I've not had many MSX2 titles over here. And this title goes for a lot of money on the MSX. But there do seem to be a few copies around, and one came up where there was an auction, and it didn't go for anywhere near as much as the copies you can do to buy it now, and it's none other than Contra for the MSX. And it's an MSX2 game. I will admit I've had a really quick go of it, because I was considering buying one of the buy it now ones, and I played it and I thought, would I really spend that amount of money on that game? Because it's nice and colourful, but you'll see when we do the gameplay, it's missing something that I thought they could have done. But as I said, I've only really had one quick game. I may end up enjoying it more than I thought, but I got this copy because it was an auction, and I don't believe that I won it for the price that I got. So this is a Konami game for the MSX that I thought I'd never get a copy of. And it's in really good condition. It's actually in better condition than some of the ones some people are trying to sell at the buy now. And for a start, it actually has the manual. There's the cartridge. There was an option for a loose one that came up that started just before this. It actually went for more than this one. So, really, really cool. So the manual's mainly in red, black and white. So not a title you see very often mentioned on the MSX, and as I didn't even know there was an MSX version at all. I thought it was purely, you know, a title that came out on the Nintendo. So it's Konami 1989, so that's actually fairly late in MSX life, and it's specifically for the MSX2. They could have made it for the MSX2 Plus then, I suppose, as well. Alright, this is heaps of items. It's going to take me a little while to do the gameplays, but let's go plug some of these in and give them a good play. Right, here we go at attempting a first turn on. Okay, I've got to hold it a bit of a distance here, just giving you a bit of a try. So we've got a bit of a menu: batter up, battleship, Battletoads, Bobble. That's a good one. Let's give it a try. Load and start. So it obviously flashes it to the flash memory. So the LCD is particularly clear. Oh, yep, sound definitely works. Nice and loud. Ooh, that was close. That is awesome. Oh, I'm dead. Well, that seems awesome. I'm going to have great fun going through those. I do have lots of Game Gear games and I haven't played them for ages. So now, as I said, this was not only worth getting for the LCD mod and this Game Gear being in such good condition, it is totally worth it for this Flash Gear GG. Alright, let's go play the rest of those games. So let's go with our first game. I thought I'd get this one out of the way. This is Sirius's Squishem. And it looks a little inspired by Crazy Climber. Okay, enjoy. Okay. I have to press enter on the keyboard. So obviously the idea is to climb up the building, not get knocked off by the creatures. Oops. Yes, so if you touch them you fall. So you need to work out your path. Oh, and you can press the button to hold on with two hands. Right, okay. Change colour. Oop, oop, no. So we made it to level 2. Oh, your legs aren't allowed to touch the mover. Okay. No, so you can hold on with two hands to get past one. Right, okay. Ooh, God, that was close. So, it's not quite like Crazy Climber. Now they're going to start chucking stuff out. Ooh. Is that luggage we've got to get? Yeah, okay. So we've got to get to the top of the building. Maybe that was the parachute. Oh, this is a simple but fun Ooh, challenging game. It actually has quite good smooth scrolling. Oh, you can move while you hold on. Oh no, I'm dead. Well, for one that I got very cheap and never heard of before, that's a surprisingly good little action game. I reckon I could have a bit of fun playing that some later. Alright, let's try our next game. So here we go with Space Invaders. Looks pretty decent so far. Ooh. It's definitely not a low fire rate one. The rate we're going. Oh, I missed the shot. They're getting awfully low already. Definitely a fast one. For this version. It's like Space Invaders on steroids. Ooh. Ooh. Got him. Haha. Woo. It's definitely not a forgiving one. See, the formation is not very wide, so the usual tactic of leaving the gap through so you can get the UFOs means that they advance rather quickly. If I get an extra life. I might have played a couple of games of Space Invaders in my day. It's very dangerous what I'm doing now. Oh! Alright, we shall rate that as a very decent version of Space Invaders. An interesting one that I didn't have in my collection, so a game that I will play. Alright, let's try our next one. Right, so next we have oilswell. Work first go. So you play 1 or 2 players, regular, unlimited or premium. Let's go for regular. It really is a good fun game on pretty much any platform. So what you do is eat the dots. You can run into the enemies as long as you run into them with your mouth, and don't let them run into your pipe. Whoa. Oh, you'll later run into them. Go like that. Oops, that's a life gone. Whoa. Right, so you let that thing run into you. Good. Oh, we'll get down there. And if you get this, destroys everything, does it? hit that. Okay, that's a bonus. Getting closer. Yes, did it. So there's a lot of challenge in the game. Oh! Careful not to press down. So, a really cool game. And the MSX version is excellent. Oops. Not used to playing at 60 Hz, so am I? Missed the trophy. Still got to have eyes in the back of your head. Oh. Ah. Oh, and we got done. It's a really good fun game. Alright, let's try the next one. Alright, so here we go with Contra for the MSX2. Just doing a bit of demo mode at the moment. Interesting. Now, precursor here, I'm absolutely rubbish at the NES version of Contra, so we can imagine what I'm going to be like for this. Okay, now the one thing that I believe is missing is that it doesn't scroll. I don't know why. So it's a flick screen one. Now it looks nice and colourful. That's it. Machine gun. Okay. Somehow. Oh, I spoke too soon. Too greedy. Ooh. Calm down. Oh, we actually have health. Oh my god. Lack of scrolling notwithstanding. Oops. It still seems like a reasonably fun game. Even if I might crap it. Well, I made it to here. I've only got 2 light bars left. Ooh. Ah, I'm gonna jump up. Well, thing, I'm not the corridor. Woo! This way. Woo! This way? No, this way. Okay. No, this way. Oh, is this the big bad, is it? Ooh. Woo! I'll celebrate that. By the way, never gotten this far in the NES version. That's how bad at Contra. Ooh, now we can do something different. Okay. Let's go. Hell fall right. Ooh. This game. Get that. Oh, no. I didn't die, did I? Oh, I missed out whatever that one was. Oh! Oh, so you actually get health and lives. That's actually quite good. Oh, you might need that. Machine gun reader. Oh, I see. Definitely makes it quite a fast action game. Oh! Oh, we're still going. Shoot something out. Oh, damn it. Destroy that. Oh. must have got an extra life there. Keeps going. This is actually, there is more to this than I don't know how you get up high. Whoops. How is this possible? I don't think I've managed to get this far. Quick, I reckon. Oh! Well, I most certainly did better than I expected. And lack of scolding notwithstanding, it's still quite a decent fun game. Yeah, I'm actually very impressed. Alright, there are lots of games in this lot, so rather than have a huge one gameplay, I'm going to split it into 2 videos. So yes, you're going to have to wait. It also gives me time to get my floppy drive up and working for that Famicom Parodic 2. We definitely have to play that, and of course our PC Engine titles and our Sega Mega Drive game. Alright, so part 2 coming soon. I'm Untitled Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.